What is up, guys? It is Prisma welcoming you back to the third installment of a ODST nighttime level that begins with 2 brute jumpers and 2 jackal snipers. Nah, I'm just kidding. I do kind of wish they varied up the encounters here a little bit. This one is a bit different because, you know, the Phantom is like right on top of you. But, you know, that doesn't really make too big of a difference. One thing you want to do straight away is you'll want to come over to this right side, because this is actually where one of the jackal snipers likes to stand, so then you can cut him off just like that, and then grab his beam rifle, and that makes it a lot easier to deal with the jumpers and the other sniper. And now we just wait for them to come over. So fun fact about the brute jumpers, I didn't mention this last time. Oh yeah, watch out for power drains. Brute jumpers actually cannot hit you, or they won't shoot at you while they're in the air. It's another thing that makes them a lot less dangerous than the elite rangers from Halo 2. But yeah, just something to keep in mind. So you can be a lot more aggressive when they're in the air. But don't be too aggressive, because, you know, there is the second sniper over there. Alright. For those of you who like to do the path of least resistance, you know, the minimum effort path, this level is pretty short and easy. It'll be sub 10 minutes, and that is because last time I mentioned that there's a brute riding a ghost. He pretty much always spawns in this version of the level, the one between... but be careful, because he's being guarded by another jackal sniper. Sometimes that jackal sniper can appear on the roof to the left, too, so you'll want to do a quick, you know, check both ends. But yeah, the brute on the ghost will pretty much always appear here. Not always, but usually. And it's pretty easy to snipe him off and then take his ghost. And unlike a mongoose, you know, ghost, they move a lot faster. It's easier to splatter enemies with them. They come with cannons. And overall, it's just harder for snipers, like jackal snipers, to hit you while you're in one. So overall, it's a much better choice. That's why I like the ghost, but don't like the mongoose. Sadly, the ghost is a lot rarer. And also, sadly, I have a little bit of trouble aiming. The easiest headshot ever, but assuming that you actually have some semblance of aiming skill, you know, as you can see, that part is pretty easy. And then you can just you can just hop into the ghost. What I'm doing right here, I'm going back for the other beam rifle, because I used up a lot of ammo, missing shots. But, you know, just kind of keep in mind that it's here. If maybe you don't need it, for whatever reason. Now, there's a lot of different ways you can go to get to this next beacon, but, you know, as always, in this playthrough I show you the path of least resistance, so to speak. And that's this way. Sometimes a patrol will come up. Like, it'll be patrolling near this gate and you'll have to deal with them, or you could just go past them in your ghost, either way. Covenant seem to be locking down the city. Anyway, at this bus stop, there's pretty much always shielded jackals there. I think that's a scripted encounter. But you want to be a little careful if you go this way, because in the center of this courtyard there's a jackal sniper and 2 normal jackals, but there's also a fusion coil you can blow up. You'll pretty much always take out the jackal sniper. Sometimes you'll get 1 or 2 of the other jackals, not always though. Incidentally, for those of you who follow along with the audio log playthroughs, one of the final audio log of the game is around this area. So that's a reason to kind of come this way as well. But believe it or not, we're actually almost done. Yeah, we're actually done completely with the fighting. This next beacon is a little hard to see, but it's over to the left here. Kind of where the bus stop would be. And it's this little canister on the ground.
How bad? Not good. We're gonna get you out of here.
Not by air, we're not. Nah, just kidding. But anyway, I will see you next time for Kikowani Station. Those of you who only want to move on with the plot, don't care about exploring. But for those of you who do care about exploring, there's not that much this time, only 3 more audio logs left to get in the city. And, you know, this mission starts with a combat encounter, so I'll meet you after I've cleared it out. We'll continue on from there. But first, I did want to just show you something funny that happened to me. So I kill that guy and he throws his power drain and then... yeah. Brutes are not very smart. It's a bit of... but, you know, I mean, we played Halo 2. Well, I'll elaborate more on that later. So we're going to be going around here for the first of 3 audio logs. I'm actually going to cut a little bit more out than I usually do because, as you can see, I got dinged by the Jackal Sniper. And for once, the beginning of this level kind of has a dearth of health packs, and I don't want you to be listening to the beep, beep more than you have to. I am showing this off because this is like an alternate encounter that can happen in the square where you meet the burning square where you meet the brute on the ghost. Sometimes it'll just be a normal patrol, and there won't be a brute on a ghost, or the brute on the ghost will be elsewhere. Jackal Sniper's still there, though. But yeah, like I said, it's usually the brute on the ghost here. But I thought this was illustrative, you know, like, if you don't have the ghost, how do you deal with this part? Figured wouldn't be the worst thing to include while we're having to explore the city anyway. You know, maybe your ghost gets blown up. As you can see, I got traumatized by the last nighttime episode, so I'm a lot better at checking my map. And there's no deaths this time, I'll say. But anyway, this is over where that cache was that I pinged on the map a little earlier. It's another mongoose cache. You know, not the biggest fan of these, but there's more pistol ammo if you need it. Not the most useful cache, but you know, I'll never say no to more pistol ammo. Anyway, you know, I'm not cutting again because the audio log's actually right nearby. It's right over here. Well, right over here. I totally meant right down here, yeah. 3rd time's the charm. Nah, but that is audio log number 27, only 2 more to collect. And luckily there's a health pack right here, so no more beeping. Thank God. I have no idea what they were thinking with the beeping, because, you know, Halo 1 didn't have that, thank God. But, you know, besides the beeping when your shield's down, but that's, you know, that's a lot less annoying and constant. You know, and Halo Reach has a very similar health system to this game, and that doesn't have it either, thankfully. Just kind of a weird thing they did. Which is weird, because usually Bungie's so goated with the sound design. Anyway, I was just showing a little bit of the walk, because, you know, the city has a really cool atmosphere, especially when you get... especially when you start getting late in the game. Get that kind of cool late evening, like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., early twilight to the sky. You know, the city's on fire. Rome is burning. I don't mean anything, by that. Just, this was... It might be a little weird, but New Mombasa was, basically the capital of the UNSC. The crown jewel. Anyway, as you can see, audio log number 29 is right in the middle of the courtyard. Probably to the surprise of no one, it's being camped by a Jackal Sniper, who is... He's in a random spot. This time he was on the roof. There is actually another squad of enemies nearby, but they aren't really aware of you. You could probably just go up and grab the audio log and not worry about them, but I figured, you know, for humanity... Bam. Bam. Nah. But, you know, it's just a brute captain and then 2 grunts. Pretty easy to take out. But you can skip them and just grab the audio log if you want. You pretty much do need to take out that jackal sniper, though. So it all evens out. Just, I do want to remind you, when you pause to look at your map, you're not really pausing the game. You can still be sniped while you have that menu up. It's only when you, like, pause with the start button that it freezes the game and the world. But that was audio log number 28, the penultimate audio. Well, that's not really true. It's the anti-penultimate audio log, but we'll talk about that a few levels from now. Anyway, luckily for me, when I domed that jackal sniper, he dropped his beam rifle on the ground, so... But, you know, even if he doesn't, there is a cache here. I don't think I've shown this cache off yet, but it has, it's another rocket launcher cache. So you can grab those if you are running low on beam rifle ammo, or if you prefer the rocket launcher, you can grab that. Although, I personally prefer the beam rifle for this upcoming segment. Anyway, the final audio log is inside a building. It is in the courtyard where, in the main playthrough, you might remember there was a jackal sniper and then 2 normal jackals standing by like a fusion coil, and there were 2 jackals at the bus stop. This is another route. Yeah, this is the jackals at the bus stop. But unfortunately, this time around there was a Covenant patrol that spawned that I also had to deal with. But luckily I managed to dome that brute before he got the bubble shield up. Otherwise this would have been a lot more annoying. You can hear that phantom overhead, but it's not like a threat, it's just floating around. Anyway, back to this courtyard. This time around, yeah. This time around, another Covenant patrol actually spawns while I'm trying to deal with these guys. Including a jackal marksman and a bunch of brutes, including 2 brute stalkers, which, just as a reminder, brute stalkers are the ones that are invisible. Or, well, they were. Yeah, this is kind of a nasty patrol that I got. I'm kind of glad, though, it's kind of like a final boss for the final audio log. Made it more interesting. This was me thinking that, you know, I'm in the clear, I'm home free. Just gotta finish off the last couple jackals over here. No big deal. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. But I forgot the brute stalkers always come in groups of 2. That was close. And I also forgot about the jackal sniper. Well, I didn't forget about him, it's just an additional jackal sniper spawned where, you know, there was only the one on the other playthrough. Luckily, there was that jackal marksman who I killed earlier, and I have his carbine. Make a little risky run. This little building area that I'm in is actually where the final audio log is, so I do kind of have to take out this jackal sniper, because it requires you to go up. Well, you'll see. I'm not sure why that music started, because there's no enemies nearby. But you just follow this little path upwards, and that takes you to audio log number 29, the final audio log of Mombasa Streets. However, it's not the final audio log of the game. The actual final audio log. This is how many you should have. You should have 29 up to Circle 9, Arc 4. Well, this one will take you to Arc 5, to be clear. So the final audio log is located in the level after the next level. Well, it's located in an actual level, not on one of these street segments. However, that level actually changes depending on if you have the other 29 audio logs. So I'm actually not going to grab this one so I can show the level off what happens when you play the level without having all 29 of the Mombasa Streets audio logs. I'll intersperse that playthrough, and then I'll show you the footage of what happens if you go into the level with 29 audio logs. That'll be for a later date. The only word of warning I would give is that once you collect all 29 audio logs, you can never see the short audio log version again. Now, for Sadie's story.
Platform 9.
There's Kinsler's private train, guarded by corrupt cops with machine guns.
I'm going in. My father's life is on the line.
Be careful.
You too.
What? Wait your turn!
Excuse me. Sorry. Coming through!
Get away from the train, you hear me? Everyone back off.
Steady, officer. Not yet.
I can't hold the crowd back much longer, sir.
Kinsler!
You won't have to. My passenger has arrived. This way, Sadie. Push right on through.
Make some room. Let her through.
It's not fair! We all deserve to live!
Now's our chance. Rush the train.
Any other objections? Careful, Sadie. Watch your step.
You ever worry there might really be a hell?
Oh, I know there is, my dear. And you and I are leaving it. Officer, close the doors.
Button up, men. We're out of here.
I don't want any of that on board.
Yes, sir.
You can't just kill them.
Why not? I'm getting quite good at it. For instance, I killed your father an hour ago.
You killed my father?
My men near Virgil's data center tripped the fire response system. He suffocated and froze. Not a bad way to go, all things considered. I wanted to tell you, face to face. Please, get all your tears out now. It's a long ride, and I don't want to hear you moaning all the way to Nairobi. Well, come to think of it, I might.
No sign of it yet, sir.
It's a pink, airborne octopus. How hard can it be to find?
The tunnels are crawling with buggers, Commissioner. We've lost a lot of men. Maybe we should...
No one leaves until I get that alien. Do you hear me, officer? It found a way to hack a superintendent-class AI. Knowing how it did that is vital to the war effort.
Like you ever cared about anyone besides yourself.
Just because I'm a murderer doesn't mean I'm unpatriotic.
Covenant armor approaching the station, sir. What do we do?
We wait! Don't you see the beauty of it, Sadie? Whatever you think of me, whatever I have done, I will leave this city with vital intelligence about the Covenant.
Bastard.
Call me what you like, but the world will call me a hero.
Listen to me! The Covenant are coming! Listen to me if you want to live!
I've killed your father, Sadie, and now we're leaving the city. No one is coming to save you. Not Branley, not Virgil. It's the end of the line. What the hell is that?
Warning, firewall down. Control circuits now open for remote access.
That damn machine is dead. I killed it. It doesn't matter. Anything it does to this car happens to you too.
Are you ready to die? Do you want to live? Are you ready to fight?
That's it, Mike.
We need to go now, sir.
Yes, go. The rest of your men will have to...
Die?
Sir, we aren't moving. I've lost engine control.
Listen to me, Virgil, or whatever you are now. Move this train out of the station, or Sadie dies. You hear me? The Covenant will kill us all.
I'm knocked out of the system. The train's not responding.
There is nothing you can do to hurt me that won't kill her.
Almost nothing. Virgil, open the doors.
What? No. No. Get back! Get back! Get away from me!